Today is my dear sister-in-law's wedding, but here I am lying in a hospital bed. On the way to the venue, I got into a collision with a car that ran a red light. Why does this have to happen on such an important day? I rarely ever get into accidents. Amidst all this, I received an angry call from my husband.
Where are you now?
I had an accident, and I am at the hospital.
What? It's my sister's big day. Do you understand that?
I understand, but...
Shut up. Listen to me. You crawl if you have to, but you must attend. Got it?
Yes. I told the doctor, who tried to stop me about the situation, and headed to the venue, in a taxi in my battered state. When my husband noticed my presence, he criticized me in my hospital gown. What the heck are you wearing?
Are you trying to ruin my sister's big day? You really are a loser.
I had just been thinking that maybe I shouldn't have come at all, when things unexpectedly took a turn. My name is Nora, and I am 33 years old. After graduating from a technical school, I obtained a qualification as a wedding planner and now work for a bridal production company, supporting weddings. I began to want to become a wedding planner in my high school years. When I attended my cousin's wedding, I was captivated by the beautiful atmosphere. Not only the bride and groom, but also all the other guests were able to smile. When I found out that there was a job that could create such an atmosphere, I began to want to work in that field. My long-cherished dream has come true, and I am now doing the job I have always wanted to do. There are people who have many meetings before the wedding, and there are those who leave everything to us. Among the various couples, I always try to make it the best wedding for them. 2 years ago, I got married as well. My partner's name is Troy, who was a classmate in high school. We were in the same music club, but we didn't start dating back then. We reunited at a high school reunion a few years ago and developed a relationship that led to marriage. At first, after getting married, I was very happy to be living the life I wanted with the person I loved. However, now that 2 years have passed since their marriage, my true feelings have changed. I think that I should not have gotten married. This feeling started in the first year of our marriage. Although we had small arguments on a daily basis, there were times when we didn't talk to each other all day long. One day, I had to work overtime, which was unusual, and came home after 8 p.m. Before leaving the workplace, I checked my smartphone and saw that my husband had called me dozens of times. I called him back, but there was no sign of him answering. When I became anxious and hurried back home, there he was, lying on the sofa. I ran to him, worried, and called out to him, "Hey, Troy, are you okay?"
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, I saw a bunch of missed calls from you, so I thought something might have happened.
What? Don't you know why I called you?
My husband is staring at me in a bad mood, and eventually, he started fidgeting out of frustration. I couldn't help but sense his irritation. I had no idea why my husband was so angry. Did I inadvertently do something to upset him? With that thought in mind, I asked him hastily, "Hey, did I do something? Did I do something to make you so angry?"
Huh? It's because you came home late. You are a wife, but you prioritize your work over your husband?
Troy? My voice trembled, involuntarily, as I saw my husband's demon-like expression. It was the first time I had ever seen him like this, so I didn't know how to respond. Ignoring my fear, my husband clicked his tongue intentionally and gave me a disdainful look, then spoke to me roughly, as if he couldn't be bothered.
Listen, you don't have enough awareness as a wife. I married a woman like you who's nothing special. You should be grateful to me.
Troy, what are you talking about? We got married because we love each other.
Huh. There is no way that's true. I only talked to you at the reunion because you had a better face than most.
What? That's a lie, right?
It doesn't matter. You ended up falling in love with me anyway. Well, I thought you were more capable of doing household chores. But that was a miscalculation.
That's terrible. What do you think of me? I'm not your housekeeper. It sounds like my husband is giving a cold, menacing glare as I try to argue back with him. I was visibly shaking, and he seems to be looking down on me.
Listen, you are in the position of someone who was married off. Therefore, you should be grateful to me. Got it?
What? We're not an equal couple?
That's just on the surface. I didn't really fall in love with you or anything like that.
Then what's the point of being married? Let's get a divorce right now.
Are you sure about that? Your parents were happy about this marriage, weren't they? Plus, you get along well with my family. Can you really just decide to get a divorce all of a sudden like this?
As my husband uttered those words, my chest tightened with a strong grip. He was right. My parents were overjoyed with our marriage, and his parents also treated me like their own daughter. Even his sister adored me. Could I really make them all sad with my selfish feelings? I couldn't hurt the people who cared for me. My husband knew my kind-hearted nature well, and that was why he could make such a strong statement. He was taking advantage of my kindness. His arrogance angered me, but I didn't have the courage to stand up to him. Since then, my husband treated me like a housekeeper. If I came home late, he complained. And if I wasn't prepared for meals or bath on his schedule, he would yell mercilessly. He even threw things at me when he was in a bad mood. Every time he did that, I poured out my thoughts and feelings into my diary. I wrote down what he did and said, and how I felt at the time. By recording these events in detail, I was able to calm my emotions. This kind of married life continued for 2 years. I had gotten used to it, but my heart was still worn down. One day, some happy news came to me. Huh? Marriage? I involuntarily asked back in a loud voice. The person on the phone was my husband's sister, Iris. Yes, I'm getting married. Iris happily told me over the phone. Oh, congratulations, Iris. I'm so happy for you. Thank you very much. And there's something I want to ask you, Nora. Something you want to ask me? I'll do anything I can for you. Actually, we haven't decided on a wedding venue or anything yet. So I really want to consult with you as a wedding planner. With me? Of course. I'll be glad to do it. Really? Thank you, sis. I love you. The next day, I started to carve out time for my beloved sister-in-law and began to plan her wedding. I knew well that there should be no difference in how I treated my clients, but I still wanted to provide the best wedding possible for Iris, who I cared about deeply. After about 5 months, the preparations for the wedding were completed without a hitch. I don't work at the wedding venue, so my job as a bridal production company ends here. But this time, I can attend the wedding ceremony that I supported as a relative. There's nothing more joyful than this. Making my sister-in-law's wedding the best it can be, and being able to attend it myself, has a significant meaning to me. On the day of the wedding ceremony, I had some business to attend to at work, so I was heading to the venue separately from my husband. After quickly finishing my work at the company, I headed straight to the venue. while looking at my watch and crossing the pedestrian crossing. A car came running towards me, ignoring the traffic signal, and collided with my body. With a dull sound of thud, my consciousness was lost. When I came to, I was lying on a hospital bed. My body was in pain, and bandages were wrapped around my arms and legs. That's right. I was in an accident at that time. Fortunately, I didn't seem to have broken any bones. However, there is a dull sensation in my right foot, and I cannot move it well. For now, I called the nurse and waited for her arrival. The nurse confirmed that I had awakened and called the doctor.
You're Nora, right? Do you remember colliding with the car that ran a red light at the intersection?
Yes, I do. It was a dark green car, I believe.
Yes, that's correct. Fortunately, you didn't suffer any serious injuries. That's great news. The numbness you're feeling in certain area should improve gradually with physical therapy during your hospital stay.
I see. Thank you very much. The doctor leaves the room, and I laid back down on the bed. It's then that I remembered something important. Wait, isn't today Iris's wedding? As I search through my bag for my phone, it starts ringing.
Hey, Nora!
Where are you and what are you doing? Frantically responding to the call, my husband shouts at me over the phone.
Iris's wedding is about to start, you know.
Troy, thank God you called. Honey, it's perfect timing. Actually, I got into an accident on my way to the wedding.
What? An accident?
Yeah, so I don't think I'll be able to make it today. My husband yelled at me, as if my words were a nuisance. His voice was piercingly loud.
Don't you dare mess around. Today is my sister's big day. You know that, right?
I know, but right now...
What? Shut up. Listen, even if you have to crawl, you're gonna attend the ceremony. Got it?
But... I realized that there was no point in explaining further, since he wouldn't listen anyway. Talking to him would be futile. I felt our marriage crumble before my eyes, and I became aware of this. I had had enough. Normally, I wouldn't be able to attend the ceremony in my current state. However, I desperately wanted to be there for Iris's wedding. But if I did attend, would it mean we would continue in this deteriorating marriage? As I pondered this question, I slowly got out of bed, grabbing my bag, and left the hospital room. As I stumbled down the hallway, a nurse stopped me as expected. I explained the situation to my doctor and managed to hail a taxi in my battered state. 30 minutes later, I arrived at the wedding venue, and people began to stir at my appearance. That was when I finally realized that I had come to the ceremony in my hospital gown. However, there was no time to change now. I decided to quietly sit in a corner until the ceremony began. As I sat on my chair, thinking about this, I heard someone call my name.
Nora!
My husband runs towards me with a demonic expression on his face. He looks down at me and says coldly,
What the heck are you wearing? Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. I came here in a hurry from the hospital, so I ended up in this outfit.
Don't talk back to me. Huh. Come on. It's supposed to be the big day for Iris. And you're ruining the mood with your ugly face.
I'm sorry.
Seriously. Listen, you are not allowed to say a word today. Just behave yourself. Got it? Oh, okay.
As I nod, my husband looks down on me with a triumphant expression. I thought to myself that I would have been better not to come in the first place if it was going to be like this. That's when Iris, her face red, appeared. Hey, Troy! What was that just now? Troy notices her and asks.
Oh, Iris, what's wrong? Are you ready?
Never mind that. Just answer me. What was that conversation just now? Why is Nora in such a state here?
Listen. She got into an accident on her way here. She's so clumsy. But don't worry. I made sure to bring her to the venue for you.
Huh? An accident? Is it true, Nora? I slowly nod at my sister-in-law staring at me. And then her face turns red as if on fire, and she hits my husband with all her might. With the dry sound of a slap, my husband's head tilts. Troy holds his left cheek and snaps at Iris.
Hey, Iris!
What the hell are you doing? That's my word. What the hell is going on here? Why did you forcefully bring her here, even though she's in such state? Are you crazy or something?
Wait a minute, Iris. I did it for your sake.
How is this for my sake? My beloved sister is in such a terrible state. Did you think that I would be happy seeing her like this?
Well, that's...
My sister-in-law gives my husband a piercing glare, and Troy flinches at her intense gaze. I can't believe my own brother would do something like this. It's inhumane.
Iris, you don't have to say it like that.
What? I'm controlling my emotions here and being mindful of the situation. You are a scumbag. You're not even part of our family. You don't even have to come to the wedding.
Why? I did it for your sake.
My husband turned to me, tears welling up in his eyes, and desperately clung to me.
Nora, please say something to her, too. That I did it for Iris. Right, Nora? Come on.
What? Why me?
Isn't it obvious? If you hadn't gotten into an accident, we wouldn't have had to do this.
My husband, instead of acknowledging his own mistakes, blamed me for getting into an accident. I took a deep breath and said to my husband, So, it's my fault that I got into an accident? That's what you think? I wanted to be here as soon as possible, too. It's Iris's important wedding, after all. I couldn't hold back my emotions. Despite that, instead of comforting me, you told me to crawl over here. What do you think I am? Some kind of joke?
Well, that's...
I don't need you to tell me. I care about Iris and wanted to participate in the wedding from the beginning. That's why I listened to your stupid demands and crawled my way over here.
Calm down. It's a wedding today. We can talk later.
Shut up. I can't forgive you for trampling all over someone's feelings like this on a day like today. I have no intention of continuing to be married to a person like you any longer. I'm not your maid. Do whatever you want by yourself. I said that and headed towards the exit. My sister-in-law Iris supported my back as if to comfort me. Hey, Nora, I'll take a lot of pictures of the wedding for you to see later. Iris, with tears in my eyes, my sister-in-law continued. Don't cry. I want you to see me at my happiest more than anyone else, okay? Yeah, thank you. I got back in a taxi and returned to the hospital. The attending doctor scolded me severely, and I ended up being hospitalized for several days. Later, I heard from Iris that my husband couldn't attend the wedding ceremony. Relatives who had overheard our conversation became furious and rained down insults on Troy. They even said that he wasn't a member of the family and he was kicked out of the venue. With encouragement from Iris, I decided to divorce my husband. The diary where I had written down his harassment turned out to be advantageous for the divorce. Although all of this happened after I was discharged from the hospital, I no longer wanted to give up on my life. I couldn't sacrifice my precious life for a man like him. I will be busy with the divorce process for a while, but I still believe I will eventually be happy and continue to fight for it.